definitely a theme clue. It's one of the longer ones. They don't always have to be, but here's the thing though. It is legal or considered good form for theme entries to be hidden inside the black squares.
Mm-hmm.
However, and there's always a however, that's not the theme.
Oh,
Yes, we're going to get to that.
all
So,
right. The plot thickens.
yeah, the plot definitely thickens.
Jonathan Hickey already said this puzzle broke me, and I
Oh,
am beginning to believe him.
well, you know what? If you're new to Thursday puzzles, that's okay. It's not exactly Jeremy Bearimy, but it is going to confuse people who have never seen this trick before. I've been doing this. I mean, if people want to know how I know this, other than the fact that I've already done this because I have a deadline for my company. You will be, here's an interesting type of a clue that some people don't. 24. Do you know what that has to do with?
7th of 24. What
Not
would...
Star Trek.
Oh, so is it Eta? Is it the Greek letter? Is it the
It
Greek?
is when you see, a number of 24, and we're going to see that again in this puzzle. They're talking about an alphabet, like 7th of 26 would be the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It would be G, because 26, there are 26 letters in the English alphabet. In the Greek alphabet, though, there are only 24 letters. So that's how you know what we're talking about. 24 solver, that they should be thinking in terms of the Greek alphabet, and the 7th letter of the Greek alphabet is Eta.
Mm-hmm.
Look how smart you are.
All right,
You
let's
got
move
it.
on. Let's
You
keep this streak going.
Okay. Western moniker, it would be Tex.
Uh-huh.
And increase in size would be to wax as opposed to wane,
Right.
right? Waxing and waning. Waxing is the size growth of the moon. Waning is the decrease in size of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Oh, here's one that I knew. A bit of Inuit gear, because I've been doing crosswords forever, is an anorak. And how about some of our other viewers?
So far, people have been broken by this puzzle. So far, we have no incoming new hints.
Yeah, I like to build the suspense and leave the revealer for the theme at to the last. Where are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What number are you?
Is the opposing block antes that was 12 across?
There is no 12 across.
Oh, what is that? Oh, sorry,
Oh, I'm sorry.
17 across.
Opposition block would be antis. Yes. People who are for something are pro, people who oppose it are anti.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Good name for a mess hall cook. This is an excellent one. It's stew, which is a pun on the food stew. But I wanted down here for a sec because I know that people are saying that. So I'm going to reveal it right away, and we can solve this together because it's always better when you solve together. Okay, we put our brains together and we get this out, because there's nothing that Will Shortz can pull that we can't solve, right? So the revealer here is don't be a stranger, or what you have to do 3 times in this puzzle. The answer happens to be drop me a line.
Uh-huh.
Column. Never ignore instructions in a crossword puzzle. Always heed what the puzzle is telling you. The puzzle is telling you to drop me a line. So if you see this entry, kiss, what should be kiss me, Kate, right under those black squares, there you're going to be putting a me in the answer because it drops down a line.
Oh,
So
I
it's
see.
kiss me, Kate. Drop me a line.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So that's, yeah. So now you might be wondering, well, what does that do to this answer? This is where I got broken, but I recovered because you can always recover from being broken
Would
if
that
we
not
put the
be
pieces back
Shana
together.
na?
The answer to it would be Shana Na. The answer is Shana Na, but the tricky part of this puzzle. Oh, sorry, Jade. I'm sorry. My dog needs my attention, but she's going to have to wait. The answer is still a real word. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that the me drops down and messes with the sha, but it makes a real word so you don't notice it. And that is Thursdays for you in a nutshell. So for the people out there, you should be seeing some exploding heads in the comments now, Veronica.
Yes. So Nicole
Uh,
Xavier actually is right down here at 39 D down. And she says that the
Park
park
Ranger.
ranger's handout is a map.
Very good. Thank you for that, Nicole. So let's see if we can see some other things. Here we go with 44 across.
Mm-hmm.
You can wait to show your gratitude. The answer to that happens to be thank me later.
Uh-huh.
But where is that me, Veronica?
So that's going to be at 49 down and 50 down. M and an E.
Excellent. See, look how quickly you learned that rule because it
Mm-hmm.
drops me. We're dropping me a line. Thank me later. So that's two of the theme entries. Here's another one. Once I got this one, Kiss Me Kate, I then started to look for the other places in the grid that had the two black squares.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another one with 56 across, a clothing item for the youngest in the family. What would that be?
Hand me down.
There you go. Look at you go. Okay, hand me down.
Hello,
And where's
David Scott Pierce. David Scott Pierce just says hi. So,
Hi, David. Good to see you. He's a regular. Okay, and so now we drop the me a line, down a line, and it says denial of responsibility.
huh.
Well, if you were to say I didn't do it, which is basically my theme, my catchphrase, but you wanted to be fancy about it, you might say not I.
Oh.
Well, look at that. It
Oh.
makes it
No
look like
time.
no time. Let's hop up here. Repeated word in the 10 commandments. This one broke me because I knew the answer had to do with thy, but I didn't have the me here yet, so I thought that it might be thine. Oops,
Oh.
sorry. Phy. I thought it might be thine. It's not. It is thy, as in cover, do not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Uh-huh.
But the me is in here. And that also confused me because I was thinking, well, did they add another commandment? Like, is it now do not covet thy neighbor's herb garden? I mean, I had no idea, but it fits with the theme, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move along. We now have the theme is drop me a line. This is a little extra bonus material here. Don't be a stranger. Has nothing to do with the dropping me a line. It's just an extra bit of theme. Keep in touch.
Uh-huh.
And what else do we have? Anybody else solving?
Well, Bill Love also says hi,
Hi, Bill.
but no solver so far. Let's see.
That's
Let me
okay.
try to solve something.
Okay.
Give me something. I'm ready.
All righty. Let's see. Maybe this Kung Fu actor Philip blank.
Would it be on?
I think it would be. Thank you. And here's one, a Thai neighbor. This comes up a lot in crossword.
Allow.
Wow, very good. So now we have three letters going across like
Allah. Allah something.
Allah. Look at you go.
I'm on a roll. I'm
You
zooming
really
here
are.
in more
How about
ways than
this one?
one.
Faster than you can say Jack Robinson if you were to choose to say Jack Robinson.
In an instant?
There you go. In an instant. Great. Organization behind the Human Genome Project, and I think that
Is that?
because it's an abbreviation because there's an abbreviation in the clue.
Mm-hmm. So is it something that has to do with health? Is
I
it
would imagine
NIH,
it would
perhaps?
be the NIH. Very good. Quick question for you. Has anybody mentioned any lagging like they did last week?
Yes, we definitely have had some lags, but
Okay.
now we seem to be
Okay.
doing
Hopefully
slightly
people,
better. Apologies to everyone. We are doing this from the strained resources of the internet providers.
yes. Undisturbed is an interesting scientific term, is where I learned it. Is it's something that's undisturbed is in situ.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, starting points would be oopsie,
Genesis.
gen, genesis. Yes, it's a plural, so it has to be the plural of Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, word with second or third, but not fourth or fifth.
So second and third, but not. So it would be baseman.
Very good. Very good. And here we have it turns out to be Bellamy.
Ooh,
Hope I
Bellamy.
made
That
it all
that
awesome.
makes sense.
Yes. Let's see. Go after as a fly.
SWAT at.
Swat at. Very good. Here's a new one on me. Ridge formed by glacial streams. It's not new to the crossword, but I had to look it up. It happens to be an esker,
Oh, that is new to me.
right? Now I know. How about this? An order. E blank I blank T.
Edict.
Very good. All righty. This one people had some complaints about, but I've seen it in the puzzle before. They're mostly complaints about the spelling. The clue is get it,
Oh yeah, I know
and
what
what
it
would
is.
the
Capiche.
capiche? Very good. Okay, manages would be does okay,
Does.
and
Okay.
how about this poetic contraction usually at the start of a line?
Oh, tis.
Tis very good. Look at this. We've got the top half of the puzzle solved, and now we're going to crush the rest.
Dang, let's
I
do
hope
it.
people join back in with us. We apologize for the lag, but our internet connection is not as good here, and it's got to go through a lot more channels than we normally do when we're in our office at the Times.
Yeah, sadly.
Feature of a baby face.
A dimple.
Yay, very good. Dimple. Uh, this was one of mine because I happen to be a big fan of his. Oleana playwright.
I don't know that one.
Okay,
You'll
well,
have
we
to
have
educate me.
M blank. No, that's okay. M blank, M blank, blank. And that happens to be David Mamet. And
Oh, it is David Mamet. Okay.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. E blank, E, check out.
Uh, check out I?
Yes, if you check something out, you're eyeing it. Here's one. I'll think about it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Very good.
Oh,
Okay.
David
Where did
Scott Pierce, chance in all caps, Lumet. I assume
Lumet?
that's a
Yeah.
reference to Sidney Lumet. He is not in
Um,
this puzzle.
right. Well, hopefully that either that or what was it, Beauty and the Beast, who played the
Oh, yeah,
candle.
Lumiere.
Yeah, Lumiere. That's what. French white wine. This is another one some people had something to say about, but I'll explain it after we're done.
As an avid drinker of wine,
Yeah.
I do not know this, and I feel both shame and relief.
You should never feel shame when you're doing a puzzle. A puzzle is a game, and games are meant to be fun. I didn't know it either. And people had trouble with it being included as a French white wine. The answer happens to be Moselle. I had,
Moselle.
whoops, where is my, oh, there we are. Moselle, I had never heard of it. Somebody said it is not a French wine, it's a German wine, because there is a wine in Germany spelled Mosel for the Moselle River that
Oh.
runs through both France and Germany. Again, this is an instance of my doing the research, so you don't have to. Um, it turns out that it is both a French and German wine. And when you're cluing something in a crossword, the, the clue is not meant to be the be all and end all. It doesn't mean that it's a French wine and only a French wine. The clue is meant to say it's an example of a French wine.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
it is because it's sold in and grown in both places. Moving on. Gross.
Ew.
Right. There you go. Let's crush some of those little ones. Fourth of 26. I told you you'd see this again.
All right, another letter, I assume. So
Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
Yes, it would be D, the spelling out of the letter D. And don't feel bad. I have to count on my fingers too. Uh, it may collect dust.
Let's see. A dust mat, a rag.
There you
All right,
go.
thank you for the visual assist.
Anytime. I think all puzzles should be visual. Country, I did not know this one. Country rock singer
Steve
Steve, but
Earle.
Earl, yes, I just got it based on the pattern of the letters. Here's a cool clue. It's snowy in Florida.
Oh, so is it like is it an egret? Like,
It is an aigrette, yes.
yeah.
And some people might think that it's snowy in Florida has to do with the weather. That's not what we're doing. It's a tricky clue. It's definitely a Thursday level clue. But if you think about it enough and you get enough of the crossings, you can figure it out. All righty. That's a hard one. Try to stay afloat, perhaps. This was a tough one.
Uh, let's see. Perhaps.
One
Uh,
thing you might do if you're trying to stay afloat.
is it? It's not like buoy. That doesn't work.
No, that's a good idea.
Uh,
But remember that try to stay afloat is a verb phrase.
mm,
Buoy is a noun. So, and they have to match.
right. I know. I don't. Nothing is coming to me. What do you have?
That's okay. It happens to be bail if you're trying to,
Oh, like bail someone
like
out.
to bail out. Yes, which I
Oh,
once had to do in
it
my
crossed my
basement.
mind, but I was not sure.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'm feeling kind today. Here we
Thank
go.
you.
Connected to a hip bone. I had to sing the song for this, but the answer happens to be iliac. And
So if you want a blast from the past,
yeah.
Garrett tells us that 53 down is typeset.
Oh, the evil genius is back. We were
Yeah.
tired,
Hi,
remember,
Garrett.
Garrett.
Hopefully you can see us and not
Prepare
feel
for
shame.
printing is to type set. Very good. Thank you. This was interesting. Sequel to a sequel. We have I blank.
So that would be a third. So it would be
Right,
another I.
right. You will rarely see Roman numerals in puzzles, but once in a while they get a constructor out of a tough corner. Here was an interesting one. O'Hara's portrayer.
Oh, it's Lee is her last name, and I'm gonna come up with her first name very soon.
You do that.
And it is
Um, If you suddenly shout it out, I'll know why. But yes, it is
Vivian.
the actress Vivian Lee, who played Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. But one of the rules in crossword puzzles is that if you're using the last name in the clue, the answer is looking for the last name. As well, as long as we're here, let's take a look at this one. Hanger on.
A leech.
A leech, yes. And stop. I don't need to be constantly reminded.
Uh, uh,
I wonder if people are editorializing. The constructor and the editors are editorializing here.
let's see. So, no, it's definitely no something, right?
That's okay. We can come back to it. Low-lying wetland. This was a tough one. You want to move on?
Swole? Is that a thing?
That is one of my son's favorite words. It really is. It's not swole because swole means something else.
Right.
But low-lying wetland is a swale. You were very close.
Swale.
Yeah. Let's try this one. Practice pieces. Did you ever learn
etudes?
Very good. Oops. Yes, there we go. We're almost there. Look at this. One box and one corner to go.
Yes.
Okay. Least polluted.
Purist?
Wow, look at you. You know that you can definitely put an EST at the end whenever a clue says least of something.
Yes.
Right?
That's something that saved me many a time.
Yeah. But you know what? That's good. That's that you have to have a strategy, right?
Yes.
And if that's how you do it, there's nothing untoward about putting in parts of words till you get the rest. Prior to in verse, ER blank.
I think it's ere, or I've never spoken that word before.
That's okay. I think it's pronounced air,
okay.
And it's sort of a poetic contraction for before. Right. Okay. It may fool you.
A decoy.
Very good. And look at this, what we're getting to. Newbies in the workforce.
That's right.
Interesting pattern of letters.
That's true. Raw.
Sorry if you hear whining in the background. That's my dog. This puzzle broke her too.
Let's see. I actually still raw recruit. Is that a thing?
Yes, that's exactly it. In fact, it's raw recruits because it is a plural. But good for you. Look at you. You're tearing through this one. I hope everybody at home is doing the same. Best blank album, a Grammy category, R blank P.
I assume it's rap.
That's got to be rap. Yep. Let's see. Thumbs up, e.g.
Gesture?
Very good. Wow.
Oh, nag was that.
Nag, right.
Oh.
That's the one where I saw that and I was like, who are they talking to? 68 down, mother of Helios.
Oh boy, Greek mythology is definitely a blind spot for me.
But you know what? This is great because there is a wheelhouse for everybody, and somewhere out there, somebody else is saying this puzzle broke me, but runs into this clue and they happen to be a Greek mythological expert and they say, oh, I got this one. It's Thea.
Oh, nice.
What would you say your wheelhouse in? What topics are you
pop culture, usually movies, TV, music, the ones that usually everyone is good at.
It doesn't matter as long as you can get through the puzzle. But, there are these other ones, like I'm hopeless at sports. Yes. I always ask my significant other about sports. And for video games, I hit up my kids, because I know some of them, but, I'm an old time gamer, but I don't necessarily know the new ones.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely more of a board gamer, as you can see from my background.
I was going to say, I love your book and board game shelf.
Thank you.
It is very lovely. Eagles and hawks typically.
Soarers?
There you go. Not, whoa,
Oh,
I forgot that was
yeah.
the last square. We did it, man. Virtual high five. There you go. We solved the New York Times, the Thursday New York Times crossword. Now, do you
Yes.
normally solve all week long?
I try to, yes.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, and
That's
now
really,
I solved this and I could cheat on the app and like solve this one super quick. This is
don't listen to her.
this is gonna be a
That
new
is not
record. This is
that
gonna
is
be
not
all
how it's
thanks to
supposed
you,
to work.
Deb. You helped me cheat.
Oh
Thank you,
man.
thank you, thank you.
Well, this is it. What are other people saying about it today?
Well, yes, a lot of people. Well, I know that David Scott Pierce is already drinking wine since he
Oh,
included
I have
a
to run and
bunch of wine emojis already.
I wonder what time zone he's in.
I do not know. But yeah, people seem to have been kind of stumped by the puzzle. And I'm sure it's also a combination of our internet not being the best.
That's all right.
We
Well,
get applause and I think it's a flower bouquet from Margaret.
oh, thank you, Margaret. Well, I hope that this helped clear it up for you because if you feel broken by the puzzle, always come to wordplay. I explain the puzzle every day. For every puzzle, there is a wordplay column where we talk about the themes and the tricky clues, and I tell a few dad jokes. On the weekends, Caitlin Lovinger, our weekend columnist, takes the wheel. And we have a terrific guide that is absolutely free, as is Wordplay. Wordplay is free even if you're not a subscriber. It's in front of the paywall. So if you want to learn how to be a better subscriber of any crossword puzzle, come read Wordplay because we're there to help and to tell you how to understand what the clues are really asking you to do. That's what Wordplay is all about. And we have a free guide on the Wordplay page. All you have to do is Google NYT Wordplay and you'll find the page. And you can work your way through the guide. There are little mini crosswords so you can practice your newfound skills by Sam Azursky, my regular co-host. And I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. It was tricky, but it was tricky in a good way because I love being fooled like that. I look at something like this and I say, I wish I thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, Thursdays I think are especially fun because usually the themes are kind of wacky and crazy. And
Right.
when you
They
get them, you feel super smart.
It's my favorite day of the week. I mean, I love Fridays and Saturdays too, but for different reasons. Thursdays really hold a big place in my heart. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this. I hope you're a little clearer on the puzzle now. Thank you so much for showing up today. We're here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Twitter, and we also simulcast on YouTube. The handle is Wordplay NYT. But I want to thank you for coming today. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times and Veronica Yurovsky, and we're saying happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.